presents.
I'm Spencer Jebb, and I'm from Edmonton, Canada. I'm excited to fight for M-1 Global again. I'm fighting Vladimir Tyurin. I watched some of his fights, and I know he's a heavy hitter. All right, Vladimir, I'm looking forward to having a good, exciting fight for the fans. So let's do it.
Здравствуйте, я Владимир Tyurin, представляю клубы «Витязь», ШВСМ и зал Федерации бокса Санкт-Петербурга. Мой соперник Спенсер Джебб, как работает в стойке хорошо, так же и борется. Спенсер хотелось бы показать хороший, зрелищный бой.
Спортсмен в синем углу рейджа представляет Канаду по прозвищу Судья. Встречайте, Спенсер Джебб!
Damn, I ain't been going psycho. Lil' mama bad like Michael. Can't really trust nobody. With all this jewelry on, my roof look like a no-show. Got diamonds by come with the Tony home. Off a clown.
It's never easy in the international fight game, flying long haul to compete. For the team from Canada this week, they've dealt with everything. Missed flights, missed connections, lost luggage. For Spencer Jebb, though, he didn't mind any of it. He said, I had one of the best camps of my life. I'm in Edmonton, I was in Vegas, I got a lot of rounds in, and I've never been better. However, his last trip to M1, last July, was not the results he wanted. Losing by a wheel kick, he said, though, allowed him an opportunity to reassess, go back to basics, and draw on an incredible team that he says have made the difference in getting prepared, being ready mentally, physically, emotionally, to go out tonight and get the win. Spencer is a great fighter in all aspects, very well-rounded, strong, physical, imposing for the weight class. 170 pounds, he said, was a great cut this time around. My strength and conditioning was on point. I've got new techniques, and I'll show why I am an experienced professional who deserves to be here.
Спортсмен в красном углу рейджа представляет Российскую Федерацию, столицу смешанных боевых единоборств России, город Санкт-Петербург. Клуб «Самбо Питер». Приветствуйте по прозвищу Дровосек Владимир Tyurin!
The 36-year-old woodcutter, as his nickname suggests, is an outstanding fighter who has elite-level experience in stand-up. National kickboxing champ, European WBKF kickboxing champ, and a world WBKF and world Waco kickboxing champ. Been in and out of the MMA game across the last 3 years as a pro. The big thing he brings to the table is expertise in punches and kicks. Hailing from Samba Peter in St. Petersburg, Russia, 4-3 in pro MMA, has only lost via decision and once via submission. So if it stands in the middle of the ring and the punches and kicks go, he said, I'll have the advantage. That being said, though, Spencer Jebb, a very well-rounded guy and a great kickboxer as well. So this one has all of the dream makings of a matchup that should be action-packed at 170. That's 77.1 kilograms, and this is the capstone, the feature fights, and the M1 selection. Both men looking to take that next step at 170. A lot of exciting potential matchups. Two guys who love to stand. To Ian the Machine Freeman.
M1 Global TV. Watch the best fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an M1 challenge bout in the welterweight division. Now introducing your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 28 years old. He weighed in at 76.8 kilograms. He stands 180 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 12 wins with 6 losses. He is winner of the multiple international grappling and kickboxing championships. Representing Canada, please welcome Spencer Judge Jebb. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 36 years old. He weighed in at 77.1 kilograms. He stands 176 centimeters tall and has a record of 4 wins with 3 losses. He is national kickboxing champion, European WBKF professional kickboxing champion, world WBKF champion, and WACO kickboxing champion. From Sambo Pitta, please welcome Vladimir Tyurin. And your referee for this bout, Łukasz Posadzki.
Okay, fighters, know the rules. Listen to my commands all the time. When I say stop, we stop. Go back to corners. Okay, Judge.
It's the top of the bill here in the M-1 selection. And the blue corner, Spencer Judge Jebb from Canada. In the red corner, Vladimir Tyurin, known as the Woodcutter from St. Petersburg, Russia. Łukasz Posadzki in charge. Both guys are great kickboxers. Machine, it could come down to that expertise and stand up for Tyurin. Jebb, a great striker, but may want this one on the mat.
Well, to be honest, he's just went for a single, but it was a great sprawl by Tyurin. Now that he's gone for, oh, nice kick. Now that he's gone for that single leg, Tyurin is ready for it. Oh! Whoa. Big right hand! Jebb needs to recover from this shot.
Jebb looking to go for that knee bar machine.
Switch the knee bar, but that's exposed in the face.
He got cracked. We saw it last time. Spencer Jebb was caught out with that spinning wheel kick. Tonight, he may want to try to mix things up and go for the legs. He's doing a good job here, but Tyurin doing everything he can to get back up.
Yeah, Tyurin needed to break free. Jebb has obviously recovered. Well done, Spencer Jebb.
Well, the judge is on top now, trying to clear the cobwebs. He's got some time to regain headspace here, Machine.
Yeah, he needs to posture up, throw some big shots when his head is clear, if it's not already. But wow, that's another big shot. Trying to go for an armbar was Tyurin. There's the armbar attempt again. Elbows past the groin, so it's hard to apply. Yeah, Jebb's definitely clear now.
Good punches here from Jebb. What a turnaround this would be. We knew how motivated his fellow Canadian Chris Kalatis was tonight. For Judge Jebb, this is a chance at redemption. He's on the right track.
I like the body shots as well. They're big, heavy body shots. There we go with big punches. Another armbar attempt, but he swung too far out.
Good punches here from Jebb.
Oh my word, these are big shots. Oh, he's caught him with a big hand.
Jebb has got half his wins via knockout, 1 triangle as well. So he's got power, and he's got power not necessarily just in the feet, but on top in the mat where it counts.
Well, we've just seen that. We've just seen the thunderous shots coming down. Obviously, you can learn how to throw power on the ground and pound, but I still think it's something. It's like the knockout punch. You can learn how to throw a knockout punch, but you have to be born with that kind of power. It's the same with the ground and pound.
And when the shot's there, yeah, your hands are joined. You're taking him down. You're taking him.
Arm through the ropes there for Vladimir Tyurin, and on cue from the corner, Spencer Jebb gets him down.
Yeah, for what it was worth, because that takedown was so vicious, he didn't have a chance to hang on to the rope. Well, Vladimir Tyurin will want to get back to his feet, knowing that he has the power to knock Jebb onto the canvas. But it could be too late, too little here. Again with those big shots.
Credit where credit is due, though, Ian. I mean, he did eat that right hand.
Yeah, he had the right hand, and he kind of shrugged it off as if it never happened. But that's only something you can kind of grasp by taking big fights and big punishment, and then, oh, mounted, he's mounted.
Full mount here for
Spencer Jebb. And we've already seen what power he's got, takes the back beautifully. Needs to watch his balance.
Back control here, both hooks in. Trying to slow down the action and control things is Spencer Jebb.
Referee telling Tyurin to leave go of the glove. You're not allowed to grab your opponent's glove.
You can grab your own glove.
You can grab your own glove, but you can't grab, just like the shorts. You can grab your own shorts, but you can't grab your opponent's. Again, riding the body beautifully.
Spencer Jebb now sliding into full mount and really using his physical conditioning. He talked about a great camp machine. Right now is showing all that.
Oh, great work there by Tyurin. Gets him off the mount. Still on his back though, but it was very close to getting back to his feet. Oh, big shot.
Oh, he's cut him, Machine. He's cut him. Looks like he's opened him up over the top of the eye. Punches again from Spencer Jebb. 30 seconds to go.
You can hear those shots. There is pain in every one of those punches. That's not the sound of leather hitting the face. That's the sound of pain coming out of your glove. That's what I call ground and pound. You see people punching, but there's nothing there. Spencer Jebb is trying to put him to sleep with every shot.
Seconds to go here in the first frame, and we will see the end of 5 minutes of action here in Kazan.
Well, definitely around for Spencer Jebb.
Well, it was an intriguing affair when both guys made the walk. We talked about how much this fight meant to Spencer. They've dealt with missed flights, missing your luggage. Well, he had to deal with a right hand from the word get-go, and he came back with the answer.
Well, I think if you lose your luggage on a flight, the punch doesn't mean anything. You can take that, because nobody, oh, there we go, nobody likes to lose the luggage.
And here we go down to the ground. Tyurin following the judge down to the canvas, getting that top position, but Spencer Jebb able to tie him up, reverse positions, and end up here, where he was really able to kind of work himself, use the physical size, use the control, and of course, a very technical ground and pound with power.
With me being a ground and pound guy, I know how hard it is to create power on the ground. Sometimes when I fought UFC, they would put a little caption up the bottom which said heavy hands. It wasn't so much that I was heavy hands by knocking people down on my feet. I was heavy hands with my ground and pound. And everybody I fought said, wow, you could feel those punches. I was taking painkillers for a week after. And I know what it's like. And obviously watching Jebb punch like this, he has. It's an ability that you cannot create. It's an ability that you're born with.
Uppercut to a left. Wise words for me and the Machine Freeman there. You heard it there, folks. You are watching the M1 Challenge 97. Feature fight here in the M1 selection. Spencer Jebb in the blue corner, Vladimir Tyurin in the red. 2-3-2 for Tyurin, clinch there for Jebb.
Jebb needs to time those punches and slip underneath. He was a little bit late on that timing. As soon as Tyurin comes forward with those punches, he's got to drop and shoot. He needs to drop.
Deep breaths here from the woodcutter, Ian. It's also worth noting.
That was better work.
It's also worth noting
that beautifully.
The woodcutter has only won via knockout, so not a great place to be here on his back.
Steps into half guard now.
Short punches here from Spencer Jebb, looking to try and work his way out of half. Guard is open for the passing.
Yeah, and he needs to watch his balance there. There, that's better. See how we move the knee further up under the armpit? That gives you a wider base. A lot harder to sweep you from there. Try and pass. If he passes, he'll probably go to mount. Now he slides the knee through. Slide the knee through, then you're more than likely going to go for side control, which he does. Needs to take the back now, needs to take the back before he stands. Oh, he pulled him over to full mount.
Full mount here for Spencer Jebb, trying to slow things down and work the pace of the action in a favorable direction.
There's 3 minutes left to go. Yeah, the guy punching from the back is there. You're just kind of wasting energy. Punches from your back when you're mounted like that is not really going to get you out of trouble. Again, he pushes him off the mount, though.
And let's be honest, Machine, if you were to fight a kickboxing champ in MMA, this would be the way to do it.
Oh, without a doubt, of course. Of course. Kickboxers are going to be strong on his feet, take him down.
Short punches here from Spencer Jebb, controlling and fighting from the close guard position. Over the midway point of the second of 3.
Punches are not as fierce in this round as they were in round 1. Whether Spencer is actually saving energy or he's running out of energy, it's hard to tell. Well, his corner man, I don't know if you heard that, but he said look for the big shots now.
That's right. He said plan them, which is an interesting thing to say to a fighter during the fight. How do you plan for the big shots in ground and pound?
Well, what you have to do is make sure that every shot is clean. What a lot of people do in ground and pound is they just throw punches, whether they bounce off the arm, the elbow, the shoulder, the fist, and those are wasted shots. The only time they are not wasted shots is when your opponent is on the verge of being stopped by the referee. Then it doesn't matter where the punches bounce. But here, in the earlier part of the round, and he's still moving, the punches have to be clean. And every time they're clean, it wears down your opponent's energy bar.
Tyurin looking for the guillotine on the stand-up, can't quite get it. Jebb just all over him here.
Jebb needs to pull that knee out. He's going to try and pull the hip out, which is harder to do if he drops down and grabs the knee. Oh, he drags him. There's the punch. Now that's a little bit better. Now the punches are stronger. Referee is taking a close look. Arm triangle, misses it.
45 seconds to go here. Spencer Jebb seems to have really put in a workmanship performance so far.
It's just totally one-sided in this second round. Not so much in the first, albeit it was a good, strong performance by Spencer. But this round here has just been total dominance. Gonna work for the arm triangle.
And this feels like one of those fights where if you're Spencer Jebb, you can strike, but why strike with a guy when he's got a chance? Take him down, right?
Of course, of course. I mean, he's winning the ground. And he's not just winning it, he's actually demoralizing him. There's fights where you win on the ground, and there's fights where you can demoralize your opponent where they haven't got a clue what to do. And this is one of those demoralizing moments when Tyurin doesn't have a clue what to do when Spencer Jebb is on top.
So Spencer Jebb ahead now. Solid round machine. I mean, we saw some great technique from Spencer to really slow him down, control him, land some good punches. Not quite the energy expenditure that we saw in the first, but it's enough to take the W there, in my opinion. 10-9, 10-8, maybe 10-8?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what the Russian judges look for in a 10-8. They don't give them as often as what they do on the English or the American circuit. But I think he'll definitely get a 10-9, without a doubt. A 10-8 would be in my scorecard, but you have to nigh on kill somebody in Russia to get a 10-8.
Well, once again, biblical knowledge here on tap from me and the Machine Freeman. I'm Chris Hoekstra. Thank you so much. M1 selection rolls on. The feature fight at the top of the bill. Spencer Jebb in the blue. Red corner for Vladimir Tyurin. Tyurin noticeably more worse for wear and certainly more tired than Jebb.
I've got a funny feeling Jebb is going to come out with even bigger shots on the ground now, if he can get it down.
Nice short punches here from Tyurin.
Yeah,
resets.
You can see, Tyurin knows he needs a knockout. Jebb needs to time those punches and slip underneath again. Don't take any chances. There we go.
Spencer looking to run him across the ring and get that takedown. Can he get him down, though, Machine?
Well, as long as he keeps the gap closed, he's not going to be knocked out. He's got doubles. Yeah, there we go. Now this, I believe, is where Jebb will open up a little bit more now. He's wore down his opponent so much, he feels he could stop it with punches.
And certainly a technical deficit in the wrestling department. Vladimir Tyurin showed some brilliance, but Machine, at the end of the day, getting that takedown before the 4-minute mark, that was huge.
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, this looks like it's going to be another 4 minutes on the canvas for Tyurin. And again, like I said, you kind of demoralize your opponent. He's now thinking, oh my God, I'm down here again. Oh, now he's got the wrist control. If Tyurin manages to get to his knees, it's a little bit of a saving grace.
Not to say Spencer hasn't been clipped a couple of times. He's a little bit bloodied up over one of the eyes, but...
Tyurin's wrapping the elbows over the ropes, needs to be careful. And again he does it, but... Oh, on the mount. On the mount. This is where Spencer has to open up, and as soon as Tyurin turns his back, he has to get the hooks in.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? I mean, it almost bent him backwards to slide into mount.
That was beautiful, because normally what they do, they just pull the hips out, and when they pull the hips out, it's hard work. But this time he just sunk everything in. I love the cornerman's. The cornerman's advice is beautiful. Cross-face, posture up, give him some big ones.
And it's so calm as well. It's very organized. There's nothing being forced. That's a sign of synergy, isn't it?
And it's also a sign of this guy has been training with him in the gym. This guy has been coaching him in the gym in the sense that he's watched every bit of move. He knows what he's good at. He knows how to do it. And then when you just calmly tell him what to do, he just follows it, follows the instructions. It sometimes makes me laugh, you know, when you watch fighters backstage and they're coaching their fighters 10, 15, 20 minutes before they go in the ring, and they're trying to show them new moves. And you're thinking, dude, he ain't ever going to remember that. Just stick to the basics that you know. And this is kind of, not the basics, but this is the basics that they know that they do day in, day out. And that's why you can say it's so calm, and Spencer Jebb can just control this mount position.
It's the old saying, repetition bears perfection, and it's not the guy who knows 1,000 kicks, it's the one who knows one 1,000 times.
I know the guy who actually said that.
What's his name, Ian Freeman?
He was just as good as him.
Under 2 minutes here in the third and final round. Coming up next, it's the main card in the M-1 Challenge 97. Top of the bill, that big lightweight title fight. Brazil versus Russia. Rubenelton Pereira versus Roman Bogatov.
Well, you've got to take your hat off to Tyurin. Every time he's been mounted and every time that Jebb has postured up to strike, he's been reversed. Knees to the body would work from here by Jebb. Punish that body with the knees.
There's the risk of the judo. Went for that throw, couldn't get it, gave up his back. Jebb just all over him like glue. 60 seconds.
Again, Jebb's going to pull the leg out. I'm not sure if he's got a hold of the ankle. Hard to see from this position. No, he's still got the hips. Again,
and you have to give credit to Jebb. I mean, he's clearly facing a tough guy. Tyurin, been there, done that. He's clearly fought in a lot of different types of fights, kickboxing, Muay Thai. Jebb's shown conditioning to keep this up.
Exactly, because if you watch Tyurin, he's not giving up. The amount of times that he's been on his back, the amount of times that he's took punishment, the big shots that he's took, and the amount of times that he's been mounted, he's managed to escape every one. And this hasn't been an easy fight for both guys. It's been a hard endurance battle. And Tyurin has pushed him way through it. Sure, he hasn't won the fight. If I'm a betting man, he hasn't won the fight. Jebb has won the fight when it goes to 10 seconds here. But he needs to take credit that he's gone 15 minutes with a hard hitter like Spencer Jebb.
And that is the end of the third round. Full 15 minutes here in the M-1 Challenge. Spencer Jebb and Vladimir Tyurin go the full three. Well, the action at 170 should be the nod for Canada's Spencer Jebb. And he will be back to winning ways after a significant layoff since July 2017. Vladimir Tyurin had a reputation for knocking people out. Every single one of those wins in MMA came by way of KO. Spencer Jebb knew that coming in, and although a proficient kickboxer himself, chose to take the fight, as many a famous mixed martial artists have, to where his opponent was weakest. Ian Freeman has the judges' results, and we'll get the fighter to the center here and have that momentarily. Here's Ian Freeman.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a unanimous decision in favor of your winner, Spencer Judge Jebb.
And there you have it, folks, the result here in Kazan. Spencer Judge Jebb with a blue-collar workmanship performance, getting it done in 3.